This is Dante Williams, and you're watching Dontaesboxingnation.
This is Detective Chris Anderson, First 48, and you're watching Dontaesboxingnation.
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? First things first, I want to give shouts out to Detective Chris Anderson from First 48 for watching my videos and telling me that he's been a big fan of my channel for a minute now. So I really appreciate that. But with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the subject at hand. So it was just recently reported that Oscar De La Hoya basically did an interview praising Floyd Mayweather for taking the rematch against Marcos Maidana. Now here's what he had to say. Quote, "I really have to take my hat off to Floyd Mayweather for picking once again Maidana, for giving us the rematch. He didn't have to. It was a tough fight, it really was. Physically, it was a really difficult fight. So he didn't have to give Maidana the rematch, but he did, and you have to give credit and respect where it's due. This is my perfect opportunity to tell Mayweather my hat goes off to you." End quote. You know, I always find it interesting when you have so many fighters today that find themselves in a very tough, difficult fight. And we all know 9 times out of 10 when they're in that position, they do not give that opponent a rematch. We already know this, right? Brandon Rios versus Abreu, Canelo Alvarez versus Edeslani Lara, Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera. The list goes on and on and on, right? I mean, just like Oscar De La Hoya said, Floyd didn't have to fight Marcos Maidana. He could have tried to pull a Manny Pacquiao and try to fight Chris Algieri or maybe Mike Alvarado or someone like that. But he didn't do that. He chose the toughest fight that he could have chose, at least one of the toughest fights, okay? But the double standards never cease to amaze me. In fact, they pretty much get comical when you really think about it. Following the Mayweather versus Maidana fight, you had everybody posting shit saying, oh, Mayweather, he got his ass beat. Mayweather was getting hit. Mayweather was afraid of Marcos Maidana. Mayweather barely won. He lost. It was a draw. So on and so forth, right? Soon as the contract is signed for the rematch, those exact same people, what do they say now? Oh, look at Mayweather taking another easy fight. No one should pay for this fight because it's just another cherry-picked opponent. Wait a minute. You were the one saying that Maidana had beat Floyd Mayweather. Or this was Floyd Mayweather's most difficult fight, right? I truly believe a lot of these type of dumbass fans, they just say to themselves, I'm just going to make the shit up as I go. And once he proves me wrong, then I act like I never said it and I'll make up some new shit. That's pretty much what they're doing. You know, throw as much shit against the wall until you get something to stick, right? But at the end of the day, as always, when you have a professional boxer like Oscar De La Hoya that has been boxing all his life, that have been in the situations that Floyd Mayweather is in, and he can relate to it, and he respects that and praises Floyd Mayweather for doing something that De La Hoya personally knows is not an easy thing to do, which is take on a rematch against one of your toughest opponents that you've ever had in your career. So that's pretty much all I got on this one, guys. I'm on to the next one.